Hey YouTube, Gordon Miller from G3 back again. I wanted to talk about one thing that I get asked all the time, and that's, what about the latest device? Shouldn't I get that? Or which device is better than one another? And certainly I've had a chance to utilize a number of different devices. So I wanted to share something that wasn't about any particular device or which device is better than another. What I wanted to do was talk about, is it worth buying any device, anything? One of the things that I read recently was that the problem with most companies and most personal budgets is that people spend a lot of money on little things, mostly things that are under $100. Then that $60 item with that other $30 item and that $50 item and that other $100 item all adds up to be lots of money. And so one of the things that I thought I'd do is kind of share with you a strategy that I've come to learn over the last couple of years. And that's, okay, so, your average device, like, this iPad Pro here, it's one of the smaller ones, 9.7 inch, it costs around $1,000. And so, but you have to realize that if you're a business, then the problem that you have is that that business has to make about $10,000 with a 10% net margin in order to pay for that device. And so it may not actually be the best, the best way to spend that money. And if you were to do that several times a year and you're spending several $1,000s, that company has to produce another $70,000 in revenue in order for it to clear enough profit to pay for that device. Also, when you're looking at the balance sheet of the company, you're looking at a lot of money going out in expenses. So you have a very high expense ratio to your revenue. And you want to keep expenses as low as possible, try to keep debt as low as possible as much as you can, and you want to buy things that you really need and not necessarily buy a new gadget every couple of months or change phones once a year and things like that. Although many people do, I do, I'm guilty of that as well. But the reality is that so much of your revenue from this business, especially when you're starting up, ends up going to pay for those devices. So anyway, it's something that I thought was interesting, I thought I'd share that. So keep in mind, it's like, next time you think you're going to go out and buy one of the new iPads or some new phone, and just ask yourself, would I pay $10,000 for that item? Because that's really what you're going to do. You're going to have to work $10,000 worth of value in order to be able to afford the $1,000 worth of net profit to pay to put into that item. And even if you expense it, it still comes out of the expense side. And your expense ratio can't be but so high. You have labor costs and other costs that go into it. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that. It's a important thing to understand. So next time you go buy that item, ask yourself, for that $1,000 item or that $1,000 iPad, would I pay $10,000 for that iPad? My guess is probably not. The only exception to that is that if what you're buying is going to generate more revenue, incrementally more revenue, in addition to what you're already doing, or enable you to do something that you've already got a contract for, don't buy stuff before you've actually gotten the contract. Wait until you get the contract, then buy the item that you need. If you require some special expertise that you have to do in order to qualify for the contract, then you can justify it in terms of education or continuing education or other things like that if you're going to be learning something new and using the device to do that. But, don't cut yourself too much slack on that. So anyway, I also thought I'd try the lighting level here this way. I'm not sure what this is. My guess is it's probably the red light from the camera for the sensor, the distance sensor, but who knows? We'll find out in the video. But I don't know if this is easier. It certainly puts more light on me, balances everything out. We'll see what the video looks like. But listen, thanks. Remember, tomorrow is election day. Go vote, and I'll see you back here on the other side. Thanks.